Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to be talking about moral courage by me, Peyton Pindro. What is moral courage? Why is moral courage so important? I believe that moral courage is the ability to do something that is difficult or scary, but you do it anyway because you stand up for what you believe in. It's very important because it helps make the world a better place by challenging injustice and promoting ethical behavior. There are a lot of examples of what moral courage can be, like women fighting for the rights or someone saving someone's life. They can be similar because they involved standing up for what is right in the face of potential adversity. In both scenarios, individuals provides ethical principles over personal versus personal comfort or security, demonstrating a commitment to justice and compassion. In this project, we will explore the essence of moral courage, explaining the impact through various examples and how important it is to us. By understanding what constitutes moral courage and its importance, we can better appreciate the individuals who embody it and strive to cultivate it within ourselves. Moral courage is the ability to stand up to take action for moral reasons despite the risk of adverse consequence. There are some sources that I found in the class that are related to courage based on the person's moral and what they believe in, even if it's right or wrong. It involves acting on deeply held beliefs, regardless of whether the beliefs are regained with popular opinion or not. The essence of moral courage lies in the will to prize one's conscience over external pressures, even when the path is fraught with difficulty or not. Speaking of standing up for yourself, let's talk about the first source I found. Feminism was one of the most important movements that took courage and bravery. Feminism is the support for women's rights on the grounds political, social, and economical equality. The movement happened around 1960s, and it corresponds to other civil rights movements in the U.S. That took moral courage for women to stand up to have equal rights back in the 1960s because they didn't have the same rights. For example, they couldn't go to college, vote, or even have a job. Women fought for equal rights to have the same opportunities to get to the same rights as men. The second source I found is about Stoicism. Zeno was a Greek philosopher that found Stoicism. Stoicism is a school that sets principles and practices that people adopt to guide their actions and attitude. Stoicism is the endurance of pain and horsemanship without display of feelings without complaint. Courage in Stoicism is the mastery of emotion. Stoicism teaches that we should focus on what we can control, which is our thoughts, actions, and accept what we cannot control, which is our external events. The main points of Stoicism is to focus on the wisdom, justice, temperance, and courage. Another main point is to act rationally and in harmony with the world and use our reason to guide your decision to understand the world. The third source I found was about Cicero. Cicero and what he said about moral courage. Cicero is a Roman salesman and philosopher that guides by Stoicism and emphasizes courage as one of the four cardinal virtues, along with wisdom, justice, and temperance needed for moral courage excitement. He sees courage not just as a physical bravery, but as a steadfastness of mind, enabling one to face difficulties and dangers without being overwhelmed by fear. He explores how fear can hinder moral action. He determines between irrational caution, and irrational fear, arguing that while judgment is necessary, extreme fear can parasite individuals and prevent them from fulfilling their duties. He discusses how courage and emotional control are integral to fulfilling one's duties to oneself, family, and society. His points about courage and moral responsibility is about managing fear, emotions, and with reason to fulfilling duties and the act with integrity. Integrity. The last source I found was the book called The Things They Carry by Tim O'Brien. It's about the experiences of a group of American soldiers in the Vietnam War. The chapter called Speaking of Courage. It's about not the battlefield heroics, but about the quiet internal battle Norman Boker faces as he tries to cope with his guilt. Norman courage lies in confronting the aftermath of the war, the silence, the lack of understanding from others, and his own sense of displacement. He is very brave in the sense that he keeps trying to find a way to live with his memories, even though they are incredibly painful. That shows courage because he is taking bravery and showing that he is not scared. The fact how he was in the Vietnam War, Norman had to deal with the danger and the painful memories there. That shows courage because people who go to war, they take responsibility for their decisions, actions, even when the things go wrong. Norman's active courage is enduring the profound sense of separation and alienation that the war has left him. He continues to live defies by crushing the weight of his memories and the lack of support or understanding from his community. The principles of Stoicism offer a valuable framework and understanding and cultivating moral courage. Cerrito teaches us what moral courage is and its importance in the moral world. Women's Rights shows that moral courage by standing up for the rights. Norman shows the importance of cultivating inner strength and moral courage, and his experience in the Vietnam War and having to face trauma. All of the sources show that we can develop moral courage to confront our own challenges. Even today, people are still learning and practicing what moral courage is because people still do protests today, for example. There are heroes out in the world who save people today. So you see, moral courage can be challenged to unjust systems and inspire others to do the same, conducting to a positive social change to upholding the principles of fairness and justice. Without moral courage, we wouldn't be the same who we are today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry this is an 8-minute long video. I know you said 5 minutes, but it's 8 minutes long, unfortunately, and yeah.